kanang puhon nga way kla. Mayong adlaw mga kasugbuan, welcome dinhi sa ato ang pagtuki, pagsusi ug pagsuta ug karong hapon na interesting ang ato ang topic ug interesting sab ang ato ang bisita tungod kay interesting controversial kani mga atong hisgutan. Kauban ang acting officer sa Cebu City Legal Office, si Attorney Carlo Vincent Gemina. Mayong hapon, sir.
Mayong hapon, Ma'am Vilma. O hinaot pa nga atong malamdagan ang mga taon sa mga issues nga angay natong itakol karon.
So atong pasiuna alang sa atong mga kasugbuon sa atong hisgutan dinhi sa PPP kauban si Attorney Gemina. For one, kaning kontrobersyal kayo nga issue kinsa bagyoy tinuod nga nanag-iya. Unsa man ni ato, sir? Ownership of the land or jurisdiction between kaning controversy karon sa Cebu Ports Authority. Unya lain natong hisgutan ang kontrobersyal sab kayo nga Cebu Bus Rapid Transit.
Yes.
Og ang mga og kani usa ang MCWD.
Yes.
Og ang kamanduan ni Mayor Mike Rama nga kinahanglang balhinon ang Cebu South Bus Terminal ngadto sa South Road Properties o kinahanglan nga siradan ang mga public utility terminals o ang mga container yards nga naa sa dakbayan sa Cebu. And maghisgot sabta mahitungod sa Cebu updates.
Yes.
Okay. So kining tanan mao ni atong hisgutan karong hapuna dinhi sa pagtuki, pagsusi ug pagsuta kauban si Attorney Carlo Vincent Gemina. So arita una, sir, sa CPA.
Okay.
Unsa may update sa pag-file naka-file na ba ang dakbayan sa Cebu og kaso against CPA ug unsa nga klase sa kaso ang ato ang isang at sa dakbayan sa Cebu against Cebu Ports Authority?
Okay, it's either late this afternoon, tomorrow morning, or early next week. File na ta og cases for violation of PD 1096.
Cases, so daghani nga kaso.
Yeah. Usurpation of authority. Ato lang sa gipakapinang mga administrative cases like grave misconduct and conduct unbecoming of a public official. This stems from kanibitang mga illegal structures nga ilang gitukod diha sa CPA compound. Apil na ang wharf, no? Tanan yun, mga gate, mga fences. Kay kung atong nahinumduman ang Office of the Building Official, ni-issue nila og mga notices of illegal construction, no? Sa tanan nga structures including the fences, apil na ning wharf. Unya karon ang ilang contention nga naa sa ilang charter na ako no sila power kuno to license, control, regulate regarding sa construction sa ilahang mga structures diha. But actually we have already rendered an opinion on this matter, no, sa among office last year. Unya gi-reiterate pag karon kay nangayon naglaing opinion ang obo, no. Nya ganahan lang ko i-quote gamay, no. So ako lang siyang i-quote para masabtan nato, no. Ay kato manggong PPA manggod na ato sila power gyud to actually supervise, to license.
PPA is Philippine Ports Authority. Okay.
Before na nahimong PPA, nani mga powers gi-transfer sa CPA. But before that, ang PPA naagod sila power gyud nga mo regulate, license sa mga construction sa port district.
Before the existence of CPA, nag-una diri sa Cebu ang PPA.
Na ay PPA. Unya paghuman ato, PPA was created prior to the passage of PD 1096, no? That's the building code of the Philippines. So, ang CPA was only created by virtue of Republic Act 7621, which was approved on June 26, 1992. So, ang kanang power ba to regulate or to license or supervise construction of structures within the port area, wala na ma-appeal dito sa ilang charter sa CPA, Cebu Port Authority, no? So ganahan ko nga ako lang tani siyang i-quote gamay.
Okay.
Kay para maklaro gyud, no? So, Moni, I will quote a certain portion of our legal opinion, no, on this matter. This office maintains its legal opinion dated January 24, 2023. Kaya na naman tayo previous opinion regarding ani. I-reiterate lang nato dere. To clarify, PD 857, which gave the PPA the duty to license, control, regulate, supervise any construction or structure within any port district, was issued on December 23, 1975, or prior to the issuance of PD 1096 or the National Building Code of the Philippines on February 19, 1977. Now, Section 301 of the National Building Code provides that no person, firm, or corporation, including any agency or instrumentality of the government, shall erect, construct, alter, repair, move, convert, or demolish any building or structure or cause the same to be done without first obtaining a building permit, therefore, from the building official assigned in the place where the subject building is located, or the building work is to be done. Further, the charter of the CPA or the Republic Act number 7621 was approved on June 26, 1992 after the issuance of the National Building Code.
Okay.
Notably absent among the powers granted to the CPA is the duty to license, control, regulate, supervise any construction or structure within its port district. So on that basis, ari gyapon ka mangayo sa obo og permits before ka mo undergo og any construction. So we do not agree to their stand nga naa sila authority or power to regulate, supervise, license any construction within the port area. Because, as discussed, such power of the PPA was not transferred to CPA. That is why we'll be filing a case against them, no? On this particular ground, nga wala sila authority. Nya wa sad sila permits to start with in constructing those structures that we actually assailed, no, as illegal structures.
So in the PD, what's the PD, sir?
1096.
1096, there was nowhere in that PD somehow granting CPA any authority or say an autonomy to act on its own.
None. There's none. It did not even grant CPA any exemption, no, in this particular law from securing those building permits prior to the construction of those structures.
And nowhere in the creation of CPA somehow kanaganing magkuutonon kayo nga provision that would give them that authority to act on its own, especially in the building of whatever structures they would want to.
There's none. Ato na nang gibasa ilang charter, ma'am. Wag kita kakitaan na ilang giingon nga nasa power authority nga mo regulate, license, nga mo construct sa ilang structures now without securing building permits or such other fencing permits and other permits for that matter before the office of the building official of Cebu City where the structures are located.
Oh, pero akong question na attorney, para nako, there's a clear defiance kung ato ning basihan ang kani inyuhang opinion and with the laws nga imuhang gikuhaan og base. There's a clear defiance from CPA sa pagkuan gyud, pag transgress sa authority sa Cebu City, and they are very defiant nga to the extent nga mukuan sila, mo assert sila sa ilahang authority over the city government, and the city government seemed helpless to stop them. One of the examples is kanang ilahang gi tukod karon nga unsa man na extension sa ilahang wharf.
Okay, aside from filing those criminal and administrative cases, ma'am, of course, we included again usurpation of authority because they did not have any authority to actually supervise, regulate, license construction within their area. No. Also, clear violation. I think there are 18 counts or more of violation of PD 1096 and grave misconduct and conduct unbecoming of a public official. Aside from that, we are contemplating of also filing injunction with prayer for the issuance of a temporary restraining order and writ of preliminary injunction against the CPA as regards the wharf construction. Because we have, aside from the fact that they don't have permits for that, no illegal, no construction permit, building permit, I have come to know about their failure to secure environmental compliance certificate from the DNR.
Okay, so lang pag-construct ana?
Yeah. So therefore, we are actually contemplating of filing such case in addition to those cases that I mentioned to forestall the ongoing construction of the wharf. No?
Mura ginana kagamhanan ng CPA. I mean, si Mayor Mike nagduda nga dunay somebody bigger than them behind such kuan ba such assertiveness of its authority.
Maybe, but my role is actually to find solution to this problem.
Pero attorney, kani po naglibog ko ang CPA ni angkon sab sila that somewhere gikan sa kampanya maritima and kana gani sana Puso Village mao nang na forestall ang construction niya kay giangkon na sa CPA. And Mayor Mike is saying that dili na kay that's under jurisdiction of the Cebu City government.
Okay. Actually,
that's a separate story from the construction of
that's a separate story. Right now there is a pending case. I don't want to discuss the merits of that case
okay, so
because of the pendency. However, what's important is that DOTR Secretary Jaime Bautista expressed support for the development of the area. No? Such support was actually was expressed during the grand launching of Plaza sa Katawan. So that is already very vital, no? And that is very significant milestone because he has actually given the go signal to the city government of Cebu and to the mayor to actually make a development on the area, especially on the preservation of heritage and culture.
Okay, in spite of the pending case?
In spite of the pending case, there was a go signal from the OTR secretary.
Yeah.
And we have to remember that the secretary is an alter ego of the president. Meaning the statement of the DOTR secretary binds the president.
Yes.
And we have also to recall that CPA is an attached agency to DOTR. Meaning DOTR secretary Jaime Bautista is the boss of CPA. So that matters a lot to the city government of Cebu.
Asa naani sa court karon sir ang kaso?
Yes. It's still pending.
Okay.
And I don't want to discuss the merits about
it. Okay.
Because of the pendency, of the case.
So again, either late or siguro ugma or baka next week, but definitely before the end of March nga ma-file na ninyo ang kaso.
Yeah, we were doing our best, no. Everything has been prepared already. I think it's ready, I'm just awaiting for Architect Catalan to sign the complaint, because we are assisting him.
Kano sa nyo naibaw answer nga wala day na ECC ang construction sa wharf extension?
Just recently, because I think the submission of ECC application is through online. And based on the recent data that we have, it appears that there's no ECC being actually issued to the CPA on the wharf construction.
Yeah, kay bag-o pa man na ang pag-construct nila. But maybe naa sila application dili online.
Yeah, it is a possibility. So we'll see. We have to make more verification on that matter.
Okay. Okay. So arita sir sa issue sab sa mga ni file og mga unsa man resolution na mga pag-express sa ilahang sentiments sa pahunong sa construction sa Cebu Bus Rapid Transit.
Okay. The mayor has instructed us, no, our office, to file a case against those people, no, and we are also preparing the complaint already. But we are still gathering more documents to support the same, no?
Sa iyang programa kaganina sa inang mayor ingon siyang iyang iapil sa pagpasangat og kaso si Governor Gwen Garcia.
Yes, that was the instruction, no?
So you were already given the instruction.
Yeah, that was the instruction. So of course we have to obey. He's the mayor. We have to obey, no?
So unsa may inyo pa man nga giandam pero unsa may posibleng mga basis sa Cebu City Legal Office in filing cases against these people?
Ebo ka, Ma'am Vilma, sa akong nahinduman isip abogado ba? Nakinumdum ko nga, kana bitong the court cannot issue injunction against government infrastructure projects. Therefore, the court cannot enjoin, cannot issue temporary restraining order or writ of preliminary injunction against government infrastructure projects, especially kung nanay appropriation law that will fund that project ba. So ako nakapangutan sa ko sa akong kagalingon unsa man say basis ni Honorable Gwendolyn Garcia, the provincial governor of Cebu, nga ipahunong ang BRT, nga ang mismo ang court cannot even stop or issue injunction or TRO, WPI against government infrastructure projects. Kana lang it actually boils down to what is the authority of the governor, good governor, in issuing order to stop BRT project. Nga bangutana lang ta ba? So mao na nang dapita. Diha na ta mo look into in the preparation of the complaint. Ano ba?
Authority and the personality to...
Yeah, because she stopped BRT project, no, which is situated in the city of Cebu, over which the good governor does not have jurisdiction and does not have the power of control and supervision, considering that city of Cebu is highly urbanized city and independent city, not a component city of the province of Cebu. Mao na siya usa sa atong basis pod nganong mo kwanta og complaint against the governor upon the instruction of the good mayor.
Okay. Aside from Governor Gwen, ang Cebu Provincial Board ni pasar og resolusyon urging Cebu City, the province of Cebu, and I think ang DOTR mo ilatong giapil to notify for the stoppage of the construction.
Sige lang. I would like to see that resolution first.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I said we need to gather these documents.
So asa man mong dapita karon sa phase sa inyong pag-gather of documents for the filing of cases against whoever these people are?
Yeah, we asked for copies of these documents, and now, despite the fact that we are still awaiting for the provision of these copies, we are already making an outline of our arguments why we should file the case.
Okay.
And we also made a research on certain laws and jurisprudence that will support the complaint.
Sir, kinsa man di ay ang makapahunong lang aning mga nationally funded projects?
Nationally funded projects niya, na siya funding yun, lisod na siya kunungon, buto na naon ba? Lisod na naon, kaya nga no, ang court mismo cannot even enjoin.
Yeah, if the court cannot, who could?
Wala.
I mean, if na-argue ka ng...
Except lang, og na mga kakulian, pananglitan, dili, wala gyud na funding di ay. Wala gyud na siya appropriation, na klaro. Di ba? So, di na siya matawag o government infrastructure project, kaya wala man siya funding.
Yeah.
Di ba? So, tanaw na nato. Di ba? Kung mo na yung mga usa sa mga exceptions, no? we have to take note nga kaning mga government infrastructure project na agad na siya funding. Na pa na appropriation law. O diri sa city pa, kung natin project diri, magkinahanglan na siya appropriation ordinance to fund the same.
Wala pa'y instance, sir, wala pa'y kaso sukad-masukad nga napahunong ang katukuran ani nga project because of a very compelling reason.
What particular project are you referring to?
Now, I'm asking if naaba siya'y kaso na so far dinha sa atong jurisprudence nga pwedeng magamit siguro nini mga tawhana nga ni-oppose. Na okay, kuan nay very compelling reason mi nga nakitaan that could kanang eventually convince the may sigurong wala pa na nahimo sa court or the chief executive to reconsider the pursuance of such project.
Well, they have to file a case in court first, not unilaterally ordering the stoppage of the project.
No jurisprudence yet.
I've not seen any jurisprudence ba stopping a government funded project by a person or not by an order not issued by the court.
Kana sir, kung panay
Except lang siguro og na basta tanaw na to, naba na yung mga permits, naba na siya yung mga funding. No, tanaw na to, but BRT is nationally funded, mga that's common knowledge. Kaya in fact, during the inauguration of that BRT project, ano sa to, last year or the other year ba to?
Yeah, I think 2020
February last year, no? Kung wala ko masayop na ang president na si Mayor Mike Rama, naapod si Governor Gwen Garcia. Kung wala ko masayop.
Kauban siya dito.
So, in essence, there's acquiescence among these people as to the pursuance of this project. No? So, why now? Anong karon pa mangyod? May pahunong. Ana bitaw? So, makapangutan na sa anong karon na lang?
Mao. Pero kani siya sir ba maybe for academic discussion, what if a very compelling reason would come out? Di ba siya pwede mapahunong or somewhere in the plan na ay usbon because of this very compelling reason?
Well, if there is dispute on the matter, especially on the implementation of the project, siguro ari sa taskorte. Dili kay mo ditso lang tag ingon nga ipahunong nato. Diba?
Yes.
Kaya para maklaro gyud kung unsa gyud arguments ana between both parties ba. Dili ana bitaw, mao na akong ipasabot. So ato sa na siyang i-probe sa korte. Kung naa ba jud kay compelling reason or not.
Go to court, go to the right kanang forum. And do not impose your authority into something that you don't have.
Sort of. Sort of.
Okay. So, aside from the officials, it seemed, na perception nga, ang contractor is also heeding to and inclined to follow.
Yeah. So that would be another matter because in construction mangyod labi na ning government infrastructure projects naman gud na siya timeline, diba? Unya may hisgot lang timeline og imo na ipahunong diha, unya ibutang nato walay authority ang magpahunong diha, so ma-counted to siya nga naay negative slippage, na delay ba, diba? It will be counted against the contractor. Ana na siya.
So, appeal ba sa inyong pasakaan og kaso ang contractor?
We are also studying that angle as well.
Okay. Okay. So, arita sa lain nga issue, unless Sir Sherwin na kay ikapuno about bus rapid transit? Okay. Arita sir sa MCWD. Unsa bay bag-o, unsay latest sa MCWD?
Ang latest is that, well, of course, murag related man gyapon na sa luwa, no? Namangay katumanggod nga termination ni mayor sa katong tulo ka directors. Namanggod to gisubmit dito nga naay murag no objection ba, certificate of no objection bitaw na request unya. It just so happen na natoy resolution ang luwa, pero lahi lang to kay gi-suspend kuno nila, pero wala pa man na ma-serve. Mo na itong nakitaan sa document, but it was not yet served. So naanong development nga si Attorney Reveal ba, luwa administrator was replaced by somebody else.
Yes. Oh.
So maybe anytime soon that particular resolution will be served to the concerned parties, or maybe they will come up with another resolution that will actually address the issue.
Nga matubag na ng kinsa naabang authority ang local chief executive to appoint a board, or ang lowara ang naa ana nga katungod, because di ba kainom kung kainom akong nakuha sir, usa sa gihimo nga basis sa dakbayan sa Cebu asserting the authority of the mayor to appoint chairman of the board and some other members is katong decision sa court.
Yes, and it is really clear, no, it's the mayor of the city of Cebu who has the authority and power to appoint the members of the board of directors. Klaro na siya. And that is settled, no?
Yet, wala na paminawa sa...
Mao na diha, no? Nanamo sa appointment sa angkuan. Si Mayor, sa bag-ong mga nihulip atong iyang terminate.
So, ang pabuto na to with Revel being out na, kung unsay latest development mo prevail ba ang pag-appoint ni Mayor Mike Rama sa tulo ka mga sakop sa board, or ilahang i-uphold ang kasamtangan nga setup?
We'll see.
But as of latest, wala pa.
Wala pa
nakasettle siguro ang bagong administrator sa luwa.
Basin sad,
Okay. Sir, unsa may kani karong satellite, there was a notice to vacate ba to? Ang gihatag sa MCWD sa mga offices nga nag-occupy na karon dinha sa satellite office?
Yeah, there was a notice to vacate and we already filed a reply. Okay, in our reply, klaro tataw kay dito atong tubag nga we have the rightful possession and we will not vacate the premises. Number one, there was MCWD board resolution which actually transferred the possession of the subject premises
of the building,
the entire MCWD old building, to the city government of Cebu. In fact, there's a symbolic delivery of the keys to open that building and for the city government of Cebu to clean it up kay hugaw pa man to, and to provide some furnishings and fit out. So that alone is a constitution. It already constitutes use of fact.
Yeah.
Use of fact, right to enjoy possession of the property without any condition. So without rental, diba?
Nagbayad gani grant ang city to MCWD.
But there is a use of fact from the very outset being constituted. Okay? So later on, another resolution from the board, no, before the three were terminated by the mayor, stating in effect
kadiyot kay attorney, kanus man ang board resolution turning over to the city sa entire building dinha sa kanang satellite office karon.
If I'm not mistaken, early last year.
Okay.
Yeah, early last year, or I have to check the dates. No, I think I have to check the records. No?
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, nanato siya use of fact. No, ang among office sa concurse sa tanang mga lawyers na nipirma dito sa reply, we said that the city government of Cebu has the rightful possession of the entire MCWD old building. By virtue of that use of fact, there was a transfer of possession to the city government of Cebu of that property. Okay. Number two, there was MCWD board resolution. That's another resolution.
Second resolution.
Wherein it states in effect to negotiate with the city government of Cebu for the lease and to negotiate as to the how much is the rental. So the subject matter is the entire building. So ang maingon ganita o ganang naghinang UI. So maingon tag negotiation maghanginang UI magyud na siya. Nay usa primero ato taas-taas mao ni presyo. Ang city ganahan ubos-ubos. Hangtod nag-abot na ang mines no as regards the lease, that's 500,000 per month.
Per month. Okay.
However, mura lang na kalit nga supervening event kay si Mr. Edgar Donoso, general manager sa MCWD, ni suwat man siya, na siya gisuwat, nga they are going to retain a portion of that building. Unya, we question what is the authority of Mr. Donoso to modify what is specified in the board resolution. Di ba? Kay, klaro naman to, ang subject matter is the entire MCWD building. Unya, okay naman ang price, nagkasinabot naman ta. Kay, nisugot man sa sila 500,000 pesos. Unya, ang problema lang gamay, kay later on, ingon siya nga, i-retain nila ang portion niya, di sa tamusugot, kay wala man ay authority from the board. Di ba? They are the board authorized him to negotiate for the rental or lease of the entire building, not a portion. That's the point. So, moto nga, we, of course, maingon ganita government procurement, appeal na ang lease, ana. Dili na pwede nga, dili mo agitag back, di sa ng Wards Committee, kay procurement mangyapon na siya, ma'am. So, it will take time. Naaman na yung procurement process. Nya once nga na notice of award, kailangan pa man na ang kontrata, di ba, ang pirmahan, o before na pirmahan, na authority from the council, Cebu City, Sanggunian, Panlungsod, authorizing the mayor to sign the contract of lease. So, it will take another time. So, taas-taas na gamay. Before mapirmahan ang kontrata between the both parties, no? Nya, before na nato mabuhat, mga usab ta o counterpart nila nga authority sa general manager, kung nabot sa siya authority. Number one, to enter into contract of lease. No? On the entire building, not a portion. And on that, in signing that document, the contract of lease itself. So, naabasad siya authority from the new board of directors appointed by the mayor, who's the authority to appoint the members of the board of directors of MCWD.
So, ang kuan sir, ang kanus ama na nahitabo ang another resolution and ang pagkakalit o kausab and then pag ingon na ni GM nga naami mo gamit mo og a portion of the building. So is it a matter of like days lang after
months.
the
Maybe a few months apart.
Okay.
A few months apart, no, ang pag-issue sa board resolution.
So the city has already approved the authority of the mayor to enter a contract to the MCWD. I mean, everything has been in place already.
I suppose, because I have checked the documents in there was a contract of lease draft, no, submitted to us. Then we said that there's no legal impediment for the Sangguniang Panlungsod to enter into for authorizing the mayor to enter into contract of lease on behalf of the city of Cebu. So I have yet to check, no, because as far as I can recall, there was already that legal opinion already giving a go signal to the Sangguniang Panlungsod to actually pass the resolution authorizing the mayor to sign the contract of lease with MCWD.
I mean, kay kuningon na ba nga naman mukalit og kausab ang templada sa MCWD kung ang tanan plastada na.
Mo lagi, ako sad, I'm in a great quandary. Ngano man? Ngano man ni kalit man o nga na bitaw kausab ba? Why is there a change of mind, a change of heart? Unsa ba?
And in the first place, si Dinoso could not also demand kay it needs an approval by the board.
Yeah. Of course, no? By the new board. Created by Mayor Mike Rama.
But kung may kag new board, the question there is that Dinoso is not acknowledging the new board.
That's another thing, no? That's why we have to await whatever Lua has to actually, how Lua will address that issue.
So, di ba you will filing also a case against MCWD? Part, mauni ang kaso nga inyohang isangat?
Which one?
Kaning, aside from denoso, kadtong pag-usab, pagtamod sa MCWD sa mga nauna nga resolusyon nga naagrihan between MC and Cebu City.
Yeah, that would be a good matter for filing of a complaint.
So, still you are thoroughly studying on it.
Yeah, we have to study it thoroughly.
So kaning mga na-depose nga mga directors sa MCWD. Mao magud ni ang until siguro nga ang LOA would give a categorical statement or unsa man na pronouncement, decision, whatever. So until kana murag hanging pa ba gihapon ang dakbayan sa Cebu as to the status of this board.
We are definite.
Directors.
We are very clear that there was already proper termination of those directors by the mayor, and the mayor has actually properly exercised his power to appoint the replacement directors. No, especially that LUA failed to act within a specified period provided under ARTA law. No, if you can recall, there's a provision in ARTA law that if you fail to act on the request for certification, approval, etc., within I think 3 days for simple transactions and 7 days for not so simple, complex, or technical transactions. Most 45 days, if I'm not mistaken. I think the most is 45 days. Wala man gyud nila maaksyonan for a lapse of several days, more than 45 days from the submission of a request for certificate of no objection to the termination by the mayor of the 3 directors. So, ang naaman ko dito sa ARTA law, there's a provision there. If they fail to act, that's automatic approval. So, meaning, it has already elapsed. It is already effective as it is. That's why Mayor Michael Lopez Rama was able to properly exercise his power to appoint the 3 replacement directors of MCWD. It is our stand.
But still, kaning mga deposed directors are still in the office, still making decisions. In fact, ang pauminto sa bayranan sa tubig, ilahan ng gipatuban. So, I mean, there is a defiance. If the city is concerned sa iyang decision, these deposed directors are defying the city's order, the mayor's order.
Yeah. I could recall attorneys Bonachita and attorney Danilo Ortiz filed cases for usurpation of authority because they were already terminated. No? Those terminated directors, were already dismissed by the mayor. That's why they filed usurpation of authority.
And it seemed nga ang mga empleyado, ang mga opisyal sa MCWD, naa sila naminaw sa mga deposed directors.
In our position, we only recognize the ones newly appointed by Honorable Mayor Michael Lopez Rama. Okay? That is our stand. And in fact, gisumbalik sila si Attorney Bonachita, si Attorney Ortiz, gi-filean sila og murag unsa to, was it a memorandum? Kinahanglan that they need to report, they need to explain themselves, nga wala sila tunga-tunga sa ilang mga board meetings. Yeah. But I think both lawyers, Bonachita and Ortiz, have also good reasons why they did not attend that meeting. Because they did not recognize the terminated directors. There are new set of directors duly appointed by the mayor. And other issues being raised in their reply to that show cause memo.
Okay. Arita sir, sa order ni Mayor Mike Rama to eject Sakto bang term to eject or to transfer lang?
Eject or transfer.
Okay. Asa may dili kayo harsh transfer kaysa eject. Kinsa may tag-iya sa Luna sir dinha sa South Bus Terminal? Is it a city or a portion or the province, the entirety of the lot, or na ay portion din nga iya hasab sa dakbayan sa Cebu? And who has the jurisdiction?
Actually, we are still collating the records on that matter. And as far as I know, the one operating it is the Cebu provincial government. Diba? And of course, nanaman tayo mga initial documents na nakuha o niya. We actually discovered that, if I'm not mistaken, since 2012 until now, Cebu South Bus Terminal does not have any business permit.
Okay.
And this is a proprietary function.
Nagsugod? Kano sa nagsugod nga sila business permit?
Since the year 2012.
2012 up to present. Okay.
There was a certification from the business permits and licensing office of the city government of Cebu to that effect. No? So we are also writing the city treasurer's office whether or not they have also paid the exact amount of taxes, no? Because this is an exercise of proprietary function of the Cebu provincial government.
Yeah.
So under our ordinance, Manggod, if you do not have any business permit, to operate your business, that would be a ground for closure. Okay, a ground for closure. Number two, I have to coordinate with Attorney Colin Russell, our city administrator, because he is also the concurrent head of the Terminal Accreditation Committee. I have to talk with him whether or not Cebu South Bus Terminal was able to secure terminal accreditation, because it has to submit certain documents for it to be accredited, and one of which is MOA. I suppose there's a memorandum of agreement, and there is a certain term for that. How many years? I have to know from the Terminal Accreditation Committee whether or not there is a MOA, and if there's none, then maybe we have to get a certification from them on that particular matter, so that we can issue already show cause memoranda to the Cebu provincial government whether or not that particular bus terminal should be closed.
Okay, 2012, I mean, the city is very, or was and is very tolerant sa usa ka magpapatigayon nga way bayad-bayad og buhis since 2012, so that's 14 years.
Yeah.
In the making, awa siya bayad-bayad, awa siya business permit nga nag-operate siya kolorom.
So in effect sad, wa sad siya kabayad og mga regulatory fees anak niya. Kay inig apply nimo business permit, ana man kamubayad sa mga regulatory fees anak diha.
Exactly. I mean, kung nagbayad gani siya buwis or whatever, pero it's operating illegally. Kaya wa man siya business permit.
Precisely. That's the correct term.
Pero ingon ana baka kalinyan, ka-tolerant ang Cebu City?
Actually, the mayor instructed us to really, well, if there is, of course, that alone is a proper ground for closure. And the mayor has instructed us to really close down Cebu South Bus Terminal.
Ang kuan gani, ang proposal gani ni mayor is not necessarily to close but just to transfer, di ba? Ang iyahang operation, pero dili
but
din
from where it is, it has to be closed.
Yes.
But as to whether it will be transferred, we'll see. Whether or not it will be transferred, it's up. Well, we'll see.
Unsa ba yung mga penalties nga under pa ba na sa inyo, sir? Unsa ba yung mga penalties for dili na ninyo no? Adto na ni sa kuan unsa na kanang business permit nga concern
DPLO.
Kung ang defiance of for one closure, pero ang inyo habang leeway, ang grace period nga ihatag ninyo sa usa ka magpatigayon nga dili dayon mutuman sa mga lagda sa syudad, say for example securing business permit.
Yeah. Well, one is closure, Number two, there will be penal sanctions, meaning there are sanctions that are criminal in nature that can be filed against the erring persons or entities.
Kaya ka na lang di ka magbayad og buhis kada ko ng alkansi sa usa ka LGU, Cebu City for that matter, nga I think dako nag-income din ha ang South Bus Terminal.
Yeah.
And dako na kay alkansi ang
Syudad
sa Cebu. Sama sa wa dayon pag usab sa dakbayan sa Cebu sa iyahang real property tax code.
Yeah, precisely.
So usa ni sa inyohang gi-estudyohan, and probably you will be filing a case against South Bus Terminal or the provincial government for not securing a business permit or whatever violations they've made.
Yeah, again, one of the remedies is to close them, to close that terminal. No? So if there is penal sanction, then that will be a possibility that we are going to file cases against them on that regard.
Okay. Sir, sa lain sa mga kamanduan ni Mayor Mike, kaning closure sa mga public utility terminals and container yards.
Yeah, because actually these have already caused tremendous traffic congestion. No? We look into, again, we have to coordinate with Attorney Colin Russell, being the head of the Terminal Accreditation Committee. Terminal Accreditation Committee. To look into whether or not these terminals operating within the city have the accreditation pursuant to our ordinance.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have to close them down. And of course, we have to provide due process before closing them down. No? Including the container yards. We have to check on whether or not they have already complied with permits. Diba? So we have to look into that, no? As of now, napamantay pang file ato sa ning unhag file ang uban para ato na sa ning masunod ang kaning wa pa na file nato.
Pero sir, naabay katungod ang dakbayan sa Sugbo. Like say for example, what if kanang mga container yards or kanang mga terminal nga gi-operate nga naay operation are privately owned?
Yeah.
But they're doing business to it. Ilaha man ang property.
But the city can regulate the business.
Okay.
It doesn't mean nga wala tay authority nga regulate. We have the authority to regulate. In fact, they have to secure permits first. Diba? Before they can do business. And for terminals, they have to secure accreditation for the Terminal Accreditation Committee. So, dili pwedeng just because they are owned by the private persons, ignore nila ato ang ordinansa on regulation of these businesses.
Pero under presumption nga kining mga negosyoha are following.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. That's why we have to gather also documents. We have to gather documents to determine whether or not they are compliant with our existing ordinances.
But as man, to what extent can an LGU or the Cebu City government for that matter exercise its jurisdiction over these private properties doing business?
Ani man gud ni ma'am, mamantay General Welfare Clause, General Welfare Clause of the Local Government of 1991, Code of 1991.
Local government, local
RA 7160.
Yes.
So klaro man diha. Broad gyud kay ang power sa city government to regulate, to uphold the true sense of general welfare of the people. Kunya, as stated by the mayor, ganahan na niya ipa-close na diha kaning mga terminal, PU terminal, no? O containers, because these have caused tremendous traffic congestion. Kunya, this is a huge problem na maka-affect yun sa general welfare sa mga tao. Diba? It is inimical to the general welfare of the people. So meaning, the city government of Cebu really has the power to regulate these businesses because it is anchored on the General Welfare Clause of the Local Government Code of 1991.
So dili ilang ni siya tungod sa ka-price or sa whims ni Mayor Rama kay sa iyahang battle cry of kanang limpyohon ang hugaw, tuliron ang hiwi, ninduton ang bati. So naa siya'y klarong rason nga nga i-regulate ni nga mga klase sa mga negosyo.
There's a valid reason. Especially ang vision nato sa Cebu City, Singapore-like with Melbourne features Cebu City. So saan man nato pag-achieve kung di ta ka-address gani aning traffic congestion because by this entities diha ba nga, for example, we'll see no kung naabagid sila accreditation sa Terminal Accreditation Committee or naabagid sila mga permits sa pag-operate.
Kay ang nahitabo karon Attorney Gemina, ang sa mga wa kayo makasabot, mayon silang naunsa naman ning mayors dakbayan sa Sugbo. Nagsige naman lang nig panghingilin ibalhin ang South Bus Terminal ngadto sa SRT, ang sinulog gibalhin ngadto sa SRT karon ang mga PU terminals ug ang mga kanang mga yarda ipang close unsa ba gyud gusto aning mayor?
To uphold the rule of law, namang ordinansa nga at angay natong sundon, simple naman na siya. Unya ang ordinansa sad naaman ay certain radius nga dili dool sa hospital ang bus terminal, dili dool sa eskwelahan, may limitation. Unya again wala may business permit for several years. Di ba? Unya ikatulo, it will also affect the BRT project construction diha dapita. No? It will also cause traffic. Buto no naon kay dagko ko kinang bus diha mo na diha. Di ba? Maglinya na sila diha. So I suppose and I am very much convinced nga the mayor has really the valid reason for that decision. Dili ingon, there's no capricious decision ako nakita ni Mayor in instructing us to really close down that terminal.
Okay. Na follow-up question si Justin Dere, Attorney Gemina, and just for clarification, kay giklaro man na, although there was an order na gyud, di ba, to stop, but earlier on, ningon si Governor Gwen, nga ang iyahang katuyuan din nganong ang ipahunong ramaniya is ang construction anang kanang posts kay ang iyahang gikuhaan og base kanang buffer zone nga gilati din sa National Historical National Heritage Law nga naay buffer zone within pila na 200 or 200 meters nga naka-distract sa line of sight. And the Cebu Provincial Capital has been kanang declared as a heritage site, di ba? Heritage site siya or monument. So mao na iyahang contention din
So does it really warrant the stoppage from the order of the good governor? That's a question. Number two, nakinumdum ko ana ba? Sa tunga bitaw, di ba naamon tayo mga pine trees sa una before
island
na siya na pine trees. Di ba taas man sa tong pine trees?
Nitabon gyud
siya pod. Di ba unsa may difference ana? Ganun naman na daan ang pine trees sa una, tag-as pa kay gas, sa gunson pa, puti pang taasa ang stretch. So gatabon pod siya sa facade sa Capitol. Pero kani siya, what difference does it make? Nindot pa ang design, di ba?
Pero kung devil's advocate ko, sorry kayo, mag-devil's advocate ko, kanang pine trees, dali raman na maputlan, iputol mo, Indian trees mo dito, putol mo na, makita na ni mo ang kanindot sa Kapitolyo.
It has been done many times before. Gipatubo man nagpataas pag-ayo. I could not recall nga mubo ra gyud siya, gipatubo pa gyud siya. Di ba? Taas sa kin nagtabon na gani siya. Nganong gipasagdan man to sa una.
Eyesore. Actually, it's an eyesore, pero somehow
butanan pag-series lights.
Especially
mga
Christmas.
Parol. Di ba? So, why? Unya, may tatog ato lang sa siguro sa korte question na siya.
Sa bagay.
Dili I don't know. Iyaman sad na. Iyaman sad ang desisyon, di ba? So, mo na siya ako mas tubag.
Okay, bitaw. Labing nagunang pangutana nganong karon lang nga sa groundbreaking kay baka I mean wala man siguro na natago and gipakita ang disenyo mismo so nganong karon man lang.
Yeah,
gipatugbaw ng mga
nga issues.
ana nga mga issue.
Yes. Mao sige na akong pangutana nganong karon lang.
Ngano kaha?
Ngano kaha? O sa ko sila rin nakibaw ana.
Okay. Attorney Gemina, Justin, do you still have questions?
Gamit mo sa Torre de Manila na contention.
Ha?
Sa kaning issue sa Torre de Manila na decision possible defense.
We'll see. Tanawon lang.
Yeah. Nanay jurisprudence ana nga wa ganito kwan photobomber kuno to pero ang korte ningon nga wa na makaapektar unless na ay maguba nga part din ha sa usa ka monument
Yeah,
nga,
that can be used as our argument as well.
okay. So nindot ni nga development ha sa I mean kung maghisgot tag jurisprudence kana ba na ba para maklaro ang mga issues nga ingon ani.
Oo.
Nga mapurso na siya para doon na natay klaro nga giya sab dinhi sa
Tinuod.
so, maybe sa uban nga mga bahin sa nasod.
Yeah.
Kay nindot na siya. Attorney, ang imuhang mensahe alang sa ato ang mga kasugbo.
Akong mensahe, well, of course, ang atong mayor is doing his best to serve the people, especially the constituents of the city of Cebu. Sa akong pagkailas mayor, tarong gid ang mayor, unya grabe kakugihan, no? In fact, mag-walk through me kadlawon pa. Unya daghan pa kay na siya meetings. Burag asa man siya ang energy?
Bitaw.
Unya nangutan ako mayor. Asa man kag energy mayor? Ngano grabe man kay imong dedication sa imong trabaho. Isip mayor. Ay ba kaon siya tubag? Because of my love for the poor. Liman ka nang murag kuan kay siya ba? Murag kanang nindot kayo nga tubag, touching kayo. No? Diha ko na inspired ba? Love for the poor. Mo na siya nga the mayor loves Cebu City and the people of Cebu City.
Attorney, sorry kayo. Hapit ako makalimti unsay update sa Cebu updates nga kaso.
Again, of course, nagkulit pa atong mga lawyers o additional nga mga evidence.
Pero na-file naman niya.
Yan, na-file na ang nanay gi-file initially. Pero nagsige pa man sa update og collate og mga evidence, maybe ma-implead na sad ang uban. Pero di pa ko ka-divulge og kinsa. So depende pa na sa makulit sa atong mga lawyers pod nga mga evidence. Kay lisod na sad mo file ta nya watay busy. So kinahanglan mo file gani tag kaso nagitay basihan.
So nagpadayon pa ang
Yes,
pag-collate
ma'am.
and then so natay mapaabot nga dugang mga tao ang posibleng mapuno
Na ay
final
possibility.
kaso. Okay. Attorney Carlo Vincent Gemina, daghan kayong salamat sa imuhang oras ug sa imuhang pagpasabot ni ining mga legal nga mga issues kay para nga mahatagan ta labi na nga ato ang mga kasugbo. Somehow dili man ta kanang makasabot gyud sa mga legal nga mga aspeto but naay explanation ngano nga ang dakbayan sa Sugbo is insistent on this particular issue nga kinahanglan at ipatugbaw ug ipatigbabaw sa dakbayan ang iyang katungod kay mao ni ang pipila sa mga issues nga dili kayo masabtan unya lainon sa pagsabot sa uban nga ipasangil na hinuon ngadto sa administrasyon. So we need to be explained for us to understand.
Okay, salamat sa kayo Ma'am Vilma no for the invitation and for the opportunity nga mahatagan nato ka-tinawan sa various issues nga gi-raise aning program. Nya nindot kayo para pod nga maato ma-express unsay mga importante nga kuan nato moves pod nato sa siyudad sa Sugbo to address these issues.
So once again, Attorney Carlo Vincent Gemina, daghan kay salamat sir and hopefully sa sunod pa nga mga umaabot pa nga mga issues nga may maglambigit sa legal nga mga aspeto sa pagduma sa dakbayan sa Sugbo maimbitar gihapon ka namo.
Puhon, maing lawas.
Puhon. Daghang
Thank you, ma'am.
salamat. Yes.
Ma'am Vilma, thank you.
Mga kasugbo, once again, atong pasalamatan si Attorney Carlo Vincent Gemina, ang OIC sa Cebu City Legal Office. Sa iya sa mga pagsanong sa atong imbitasyon dinhi sa Pagtuki, Pagsusi ug Pagsuta. Mayong hapon.
Mayong hapon sa tanan.
Thank you, sir.